Okay, so this is just a quick go through notes for lecture 3. There's a part that has been expressed to have some voices that were broken. So it's the one that we want to take note of. So this one, lecture 3, we'll have a quick run through because the video was posted, but on some parts were broken. We mentioned that was on the software. So software installation, we said the software we said is a program or a set of instructions that interfaces with the computer and serves a specific function. And we said that it can make a specific series of instructions to the computer. And we said the purpose of this software is to provide a user, that is an individual who is operating the computer, with the interface to the computer and manages sources of the application. And we said the firmware is a software that is embedded in the hardware. And then we went to two classifications of a computer software. We said there is a system software. The system software is the one we refer to as the foundation, or to more precise, in reference to the house. It's the foundation of the house. So yeah, basically a foundation of the house. Then we talk of the application software, that is where the rooms now are being built on top from that foundation. So what we said is application software cannot stand on their own without a foundation. They need a foundation. Now this system software are the ones that relay information from the time you press on the power button. They're the ones that relay the information to the hard drive. Then now you are able to entertain with the application software. To make it easy to understand the application software, we said application software are the ones that do our needs. So I want to type Microsoft Office Word. I'll open Microsoft Office Word to understand what I'm doing. So this application software, what they do with the system line is they are user friendly. They are user application because I can easily do what I want with them. But they are the ones who translates now our request to the computer language through the system software, because the system software is very difficult for us to command them in the language that we can for them to do what we want to do. But the application software makes it easy that we can interact. I want to watch a video, I'll just jump on it and be able to do that. So the application software are the ones that will enable me to do the output thing that I want to do, yet the system software are the ones that are underneath that will resonate, check the hard drive, the RAMs, all those internal things that we mentioned. The one that will give me the speaker outlet or the video outlet are the application software. So in definition, system software manages the computer sources. They provide the interface between the hardware and the user. The applications are more user-friendly. We talked of a tree of a software. So in the breakdown of how the software is, there are system software that were mentioned as an operating system and utilities. Now we talk of application software. Application software, it can be used, there are user programs or application packages. And the programming is just a language that we use to make the rest of the softwares, both operating systems and application softwares. Now, system software they are designed to operate the computer hardware to provide basic functionality and to provide a platform for running application software. Now, they differ to the operating system and the utility programs. Then we mentioned there's this firmware software, the BIOS, that is the basic input-output system. Now this is the device in the computer that is able, once you press on the power button, it's the one that works the operating system on the hard drive and be able to make it run on the RAM for the information to be displayed. So it takes from the storage to the temporal storage for viewing and allows now this basic application software to be utilized. Those are the application softwares and those that you see on the desktop. So the boot program loads the operating system into the computer's main memory and random access, what we mentioned this, the RAMs. And system softwares now, they include the utilities such as disk fragmentation and restore system. We'll get to mention about this. Now, examples of operating system, we have the Windows 11, Windows 11, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows Vista, XP. Some of them have expired. We are now with the new Windows 10 and 11. We have Apple Macintosh, or formerly OS X, that is another Apple software. The Chrome OS, we have various Unix or Linux, e.g. Ubuntu and other operating systems. that are basically there. So those are system software. They are the basic foundation, or they are the foundation in the software system where any other thing can get to run on top. Most we don't interact with these softwares directly. We don't interact with the application software to do whatever we want. Now, the application software are also called end-user programs because mainly they do on it. It resides above the system software. So like we said, they're above. The end-user application software for a specific purpose, they are made in the specific one. There is one that does a non-specific job. They are programmed for simple as well as complex according to what you want to use it for. So it either can be installed or accessed online, like we said. These are simple and can be installed at any point. Application software can be used by the user to complete specific tasks such as creating Word, documents, spreadsheet, e.g. Microsoft Office can be broken down to do that. Now, examples of application software, we have Microsoft Office, we have Chrome, we have Adobe Photoshop, we have Zoom, we have WhatsApp, a lot of different softwares. These are application software. We only get them once we download them and install them. They're for only specific job that we want them to do. So this is a breakdown of how the information flows. So you as a user, or I'm the user, what I'll get to do basic thing is when I want something to be commanded, I want to watch a video. The only software I'll interact with is an application software. Now that application software, I will go to the operating system and tell it there is a movie stored in this file that needs to be played. Then once the hardware releases that storage, that movie, come to the operating system brings now to the RAM in the hardware segment and brings now to this application. So the VLC will give me a movie. So me, I can only interact mostly with this application software. But the application software, they are the lawyers. They are the ones which mediates between the operating system and the users. So the ones that mediates, and they don't direct interact with the hardware. But the operating system software are the ones that do the interaction with the hardware. So we want now to look at the flow. This is just a simple flow of information from the time you press the power button. We talked of the BIOS. So the BIOS be able to wake the operating system, and once it wakes the operating system through the processor, that information now is that's a CPU or a processor. That information now be able now to run the RAM, the operating system through the RAM. Then the hard drive, from the hard disk, then the information can be posted, and you'll be able to view on the screen. But if it is not, we say fail the post because the information has not been displayed on the screen as it needs to be done. The programming languages, mention them as just softwares that are going to be used to make these other softwares, basic softwares, as application software and system softwares. Now, there are good sites where we can get to download these good applications that we need. The site above, the www.powerhippo.com, is a good for daily usage application. This one makes you get the latest software, HD videos, HD apps, VLC, free antivirus, dictionaries, typing, basically all those applications you want. You get to get them. They are the latest ones. So www.powerhippo.com, please take it, use it, download those softwares, you get the good latest ones. Then we have now the www.getin2pc. This one will give you larger files, either Microsoft Office suite, Linux operating system, and other Windows or other softwares that you want, though which are big, and you get to access them. Then there is what we call licensing in application. So these don't come just free. There are some that are free, we call them the open source. The others that are paid for, you have to pay to use the license. So once the license is designated, the period of expiration, once it expires, it never ceases to be legal for an individual to use them. But the free apps are free to be used at any point. It's a reason why we had mentioned some of the licensing from the video that was attached previously. There are a lot of disadvantages using a fake or unlicensed software. You'll be exposed to software viruses because once it stops being supported, it is free for anyone to use it, to alter it, hide viruses in the system. So once you install it, you're installing a virus. Inadequate or no product documentation. There is no warranties given to a fake product, lack of technical support, ineligibility, that is for software upgrades. You cannot upgrade, you just meant the old software. exposure to cyber theft and can lead to false tracking by individuals. We said it's easier, someone can get a free software, embed in it another software that has been programmed to turn your website to start sharing your information that is being shared in your computer, and someone will have access to this information. So basically buying a software license, because once you buy a licensed software, it's more like a contract between you and them. You're telling them, don't share any of my information. If I find this, I'll sue you. This via V. So the information is more secured once the license is in effect. To summarize that, we're saying application softwares together with operating system are all stored on the hard drive. Yet the BIOS softwares are not stored on the hard drive but on the basic chip. They belong to firmware. These are softwares that actually link the hardware to the software. So like we said, drivers are like firmwares. They are needed for software to make hardware perform the work. Software licensing is of high importance to avoid fraud and cyber crimes. We mentioned of an antivirus to be an anti. So we need this so that we can create a wall around our computer. That is a security wall, and only put in one gate that allows information to flow through in and out with a proper security. So we need a licensed antivirus so that the computer is safe. So now having more than one antivirus, it's like you're creating a lot of boundaries around the fence with its different security systems. So they start fighting with your data that is inside. By virtue of fighting, what they are causing is there's a disruption which is now going to slow and overload your computer and end up crashing the operating system. So we say buy proper softwares to do proper things on the computer. And that is the end of the slide. So basically that is what I wish to go through. The videos are attached in the previous slide. So this one just helps to cover up on those sites where we had the breakage in the system that was sent. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.